Welcome to Think PH Live 2019. I'm Siege Tantenko, and I'm very thrilled to be here at the Rappler HQ hosting for you today because we are launching the first ever season of Think PH Live, from high tech to responsible tech. Now, the goal of Think PH has always been the same, and that is to bring people together so that we can talk about local issues and also push for change. But this year, we're shaking up our format. So aside from learning from and hearing from our thought leaders about how you can use and leverage tech for good, you can also take part in our sustainability fair and support our local SMEs who are making a difference in the sustainability scene. You can also come here and meet up with, learn from, collaborate with people who share your values and your advocacies. And tonight we'll be wrapping everything up with a fun live jam session. So let's kick off this event focused on bringing tech back to what its purpose is, and that is to improve the lives not just of a few, but of many. So I'll be taking you through our sustainability fair. Let's visit each of our merchants and find out what their cause is, what their products are, and how you can support them. All right. First off, we have Fashion Revolution, which is a nonprofit pushing for transparency in the fashion industry and also sustainability, responsible use of our materials. And here to tell us more about the work that Fashion Revolution does in partnership with Fourth Co. and Where Forward, we have Prince. So, Prince, how big of a problem is fashion waste?
Well, good afternoon, Siege. I'm
Hi.
Prince. I'm a fashion social technopreneur, designer, consultant, and stylist, and I'm a member of Fashion Revolution Philippines. Basically, Fashion Revolution is a global movement calling for safe, clean, fair, and a sustainable fashion industry. Because as we all know, the fashion industry is one of the most polluting industries in the world, and every second there's one garbage truck of clothes that's being burned or sent to the landfills worldwide. And a portion of that is actually unsold inventory from big fast fashion brands. That's why we are calling for them to be more transparent and accountable in their actions.
And part of the way that you do it in a very concrete way is that you have, through your platform, pre-loved
Yes.
fashion, you have sustainably made goods. Tell us about the items that you have here for us today.
So now with the fashion revolution, we have Fourth Co and Where Forward. Fourth Co basically is the online market space that brings together sustainable fashion brands. So we promote the sustainable fashion brands in the Philippines. While on the other hand, Where Forward is also a circular fashion market space wherein collaborators like you can sell or buy, rent out or rent, swap, donate your pre-loved, upcycled, or refashioned clothes and accessories, as well as we accept textile wastes and then we upcycle them, we recycle them. And these are some of the sustainably produced or ethically made products, such
So
as
nice.
this necklace piece from Piesa, our partner brand. They made use of dead stock fabric or off-cut fabrics, and then they help the communities to build this one. They help provide livelihood for them, and as well they produce such big, very nice pieces
Yeah, it's so nice. Very
from
art.
Piesa. So
Oo.
follow them on Instagram and also in Facebook. And we have here Greenellas. They are ethically made products made of coconut coir, and these are from Abaca Bakbak.
So green chinelas, greenelas.
Yes.
All right. And,
And
then
then
this
some
is
of these products are pre-loved and some are reclaimed, which means that they were just used once or twice and then they were just given away. And then we want to promote the utilization of products or clothing rather than ownership and the reconsumption of refashioned clothing items. That's why we also make them available for rental or swapping and selling.
Okay, so I know a lot of people can relate to this. I know I have in my closet some items that I haven't used as much as I should.
Yes.
So this is a great platform for you to actually, bring new life into it. So where can people follow your accounts on social media?
So for Fashion Revolution Philippines, kindly type in FashRevPH or FashRev Philippines. And for Fourth Co PH. And for Where Forward, it's Where Forward for Facebook and Instagram, and Where Forward PH for Twitter. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Prince. So everyone at home, think of the clothes that you want to donate. Think of the clothes that you want to sell, repurpose. And right now, speaking of repurposing, we're here with Plural Co, which is a locally made, sustainably sourced accessory brand that actually breathes new life into retazo fabric and gives them like a whole new beauty that
Yes.
we might not have seen before. So Kim, tell us about your own eye-opening journey in the sustainability industry.
So I started Plural back in 2017, and last year we started gearing towards sustainability, and we started making products that are fashion forward, but in a way that helps the environment. So we are very proud to present you guys these retazo earrings. So we spell it as Retazo with a Z. So we have two brands that we collaborated with, 12PH and Sirena Philippines. So they're ethically fashion brands, and their Retazo or their tail ends, we turn them into pieces like this. So this is
Statement pieces, how
yes,
beautiful.
they're handmade and they're very unique. So this helps the environment, and this is 98% zero waste.
And the reason why it's zero waste is because you're also using materials like reclaimed wood,
Reclaimed wood,
and
yeah.
really interesting materials you wouldn't guess just by looking at it. So tell us about these flower earrings, which are very popular among your customers.
Yes, they love this very much. So this one is made of plywood. So they're wood shavings and they're dyed, and everyone loves this very much, especially the rainbow one. And also, remember when we were kids, those
Bintana.
yeah, the Ventana one. So this is made of capis and reclaimed wood, and we made it into different colors like this. So we try to source as much as natural raw materials that we can, and then combine them, and then make them earrings so that people would be conscious about their choices, and we can give them choices to celebrate the environment also and help it
While
our-
being very stylish.
yes, while being very
That hits
stylish.
the sweet spot right there. So if people want to order, where do they find you online?
They can find me on Plural Co for both Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Kim. I'll be back.
Thank
Check
you.
out some earrings. And up next, we have our friends from a very interesting, very unique gastropub in Old Balara, Quezon City. So the way that it came to be is a story in itself. So Jericho, tell us about how you came up with the name The Gutter.
Actually, guys, mga mid-2014, yung mga closest friends ko, pare-parehas kaming jobless. So, unemployed kami lahat. And then, one night, out of the blue, nakatambay kami sa store ng kaibigan namin. And then, mga napapag-usapan about life, and then ganyan. And then, bigla lang siya lumabas na parang, dudes, one day, gusto ko magtayo ng bar. And then, yung pangalan niya is The Gutter. So, here we are.
And you did it. So from being in the gutter, drinking in the gutter, to actually owning your own bar. And what's great about them is that they have a very different approach to their bottled cocktails. So most bars, there's a lot of waste. At the end of every night, you can see, right? Outside, there's a lot of trash. But then you have a way to make it sustainable. Tell us about the Ambrosia bottled cocktails.
Yes. Itong Ambrosia, na-formulate namin siya last year. Sarili naming cocktail, sarili naming timpla, sarili kami nagbabottle inside, and then the branding, galing siya sa gutter and then lang sa mabibili. Tapos, ayan, ang lahat ng waste na napoproduce ng cocktail, sinasuggest namin sa mga customers namin na kung pwede, wag na lang i-take out. Or, ayun, kasi after the night, pinaprocess namin, sterilization, and then yung normal process na ginagawa ng ibang mga breweries, pero on a micro scale lang. And then, ayan, nandun lang siya. Doon lang siya sa bar umiikot, kami nagpa-provide lahat, and then wala kami nilalabas na waste from the Ambrosia itself.
So instead of having a lot of bottles at the end of the night that you have to find a way to dispose of, everything just goes in a circular fashion. That's great. What flavor is the Ambrosia?
Actually, Ambrosia is cranberry and rum. So, nakadesign siya para sana dun sa mga gustong lumabas pero ayaw nila yung lasa ng alcohol kasi madami. Either hard or beer, maraming ayaw ng lasa ng alcohol. Pero ito, nakadesign siya para dun sa mga tao na yun na gustong magsaya, na makasabay sa mga friends nila, na hindi nila nakukuha yung taste.
So cranberry and rum. So people now, Leopold Balara, Quezon City. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Jericho. And right now, let's go to our next partner merchant. And they have a very beautiful line of pants here, very travel friendly, I would say. So, that tell us about 12 and how it started, your line of clothing that helps local seamstresses be empowered and earn a living for their family.
Okay, so hi. We're making yung pants or saya with slits then and then ayun. So linen pants. So it started with swimwear actually. So 12 started with swimwears. Pero so there's one time that we make maxi skirts kasi parang it's for travel use din. And then parang nung naghanap na ako sa mga dep store. So I can find one na parang tama lang yung length sa akin. And then, so sabi ko, why not make one for Filipina? Kasi parang yung pagka yung nakikita ko sa dep store is parang, parang dress ko na. So
Aabot
that's
na
it.
sa magwawalis ka
Hindi
na,
lang basta
ganon.
floor length, andito ko na. So ayun. So we decided to make saya with slit. So saya, yung alam natin na barot saya. So it's the bottom. So the skirt, maxi skirt. So saya with slit. So that's the original and the first na we make na ganito. And then parang nag-follow na lang yung square pants kasi ni-request ng mga customers namin. So, ayun. As you can see, yung ganito namin, so these are the saya. Ito, sample siya.
Oh, how
Ayan.
colorful.
Ganyan. So, I'm 4'11", by the way. So, ayan. So, I found out na parang 4'11" pala yung average Filipina height.
Now you
So,
know.
ayan. Nalaman ko lang din. So, ito. So, parang madami natutuwa na Filipina na may kasya sa kanila na maxi skirt na hindi nagmumukhang dress sa kanila.
And
Ayun.
maraming natutuwa na Filipina because your business gives them employment. So our local seamstresses, you know, sometimes when you have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of Filipino women stay at home and, you know, wala silang opportunity to contribute, or maybe they have
Yes, that's
small seamstress businesses that don't really pay that well. So how are you able to empower them through this business?
Okay, so there, just a summary kung paano ko nakita yung aking seamstress, head seamstress, si Ate Sheila. So, parang nakita lang niya yung signage outside of her house na nandun na wanted mananahe. And then, sabi niya is, tututukan na kasi niya yung kids niya sa school. So, mag-stay at home siya, pero gusto niya kasi mag-earn ng extra income para makahelp din sa husband niya. And then sabi ko, wow ate, you're perfect kasi we're not a big business talaga. So small lang kami, small lang yung production namin. So kailangan namin ng tao na hindi 8 hours a day or nag-OT pa. So we wanted to help her na parang she can focus on her kids pero nakapag-earn din siya para makahelp sa husband niya. So that's it. So, and then eventually nalaman namin yung ibang kapatid pala niya is ganun din, stay-at-home moms din. So we're very happy na we empower yung mga mananahe na skilled talaga din sila. And then, ayun. So, they help their family and then they're also happy about themselves.
Because iba yung sense of fulfillment, and they get this all without having to leave their home or having to give up taking care of their kids.
Ayun. So, we
That's
also
wonderful.
practice yung fair wage. So, with our production kasi, so, we try our best to lessen yung cost. So, we're using dead stock fabrics and then yung mga remnants also. So, pag bawas namin dun sa cost, mas malaki yung nabibigay namin sa kanila. So, there are also times na we can give bonuses din sa kanila.
Oh,
so,
that's great.
Ayan, so, yun yung good dun sa ginagawa namin. Pagka nilalesen namin yung cost ng production.
Yes. And how can people support? How do people order?
Ayan. So, you can follow us on Instagram, 12.ph. So, you can also know then yung mga bazaar schedules namin doon. So, nakapost na lang din siya.
Awesome.
Ayan.
Thank you very much, Dat. And shout out to your seamstresses.
Ate, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very
Thank
much. And right now, let's go over to Capsule House. So, pag sinabing katsu, we usually think of meat, but what they have today is vegan sushi. All right. I am so interested in this vegan sushi, and please tell us more about this because I understand this comes from your own experiences in your family.
Actually, it's based from our experience. My sister is a vegan, and nahihirapan kami maghanap ng kakainan sa labas. That's it. So, I figured like we all love Japanese food, and why not make a place where everyone's welcome. So like we have the usual Japanese dishes, and we also have vegan options.
And you have keto also.
Yeah, based from my experience naman. I used to do low carb. So nahihirapan din kaming kumain sa labas. So yeah, that's why.
So why is it important for people to, you know, try different options, be more conscious of what we eat?
Yeah, well, based from our experience, parang ang nangyari kasi is people got curious. So we have a lot of omni customers, but surprisingly, dumadami yung mga nag-order ng vegan options, but hindi sila vegan. So they're surprised na parang, oh, this is ano pala, parang possible, this is tasty. So parang eventually, they get curious. So yeah, so parang more of siguro intro to vegan kami.
Intro
Parang,
to vegan. Yeah, and you know, something that many Filipinos are learning these days is that there are many reasons to be vegan.
Yeah.
Some people go into it for, you know, personal reasons, their values, but some people, maybe they like just like veggies, and if it's good, if it's good, right?
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
you.
Stop by, try all of these sushi. And up next, continuing with that theme of breaking people's expectations about what vegan food can be and what, you know, we expect of our food. We're here with our friends from Super Scoop. And what's interesting, Carmela will be here to tell us all about it, is that ice cream without dairy. And they believe that the future is dairy free.
That's true.
Why did you think of how did this happen?
Well, at first we wanted to create a brand that genuinely stood for the good. So, first, kinder to the body, so we have better ingredients. Second, we work very closely with our partner farmers, so more supportive and empowered coconut farmers. Next, it's compassion to animals. Since we use non-dairy, we use coconut milk. And more importantly as well, it's more sustainable for the planet. So those are the reasons why.
When you say sustainable for the planet, it's actually something that opened my eyes today after you told it to me is that dairy ice cream is actually 3 times more the greenhouse gases than a non-dairy alternative. So, you know, maybe you're not the type to give up your diet for ethical purposes. Maybe you're not really that into
health as
health,
well,
right?
yeah.
But then maybe you're into helping Mother Earth, and who wouldn't be up for that? So what's interesting here, you already have coconut milk instead of the usual milk. You also have other real ingredients. Tell us about where you source your chocolate, your fruits.
So the dairy-free ice cream is actually made with premium ingredients. So that's what differentiates it. And a lot of people think it's the unimaginable product. Like, how can you make ice cream without these typical ingredients? So our ice cream, we don't have refined sugar in it. We don't use your typical syrup. So we use unrefined coconut sap. We use the real ingredients that you mentioned. So we use real dark chocolate from Davao. Excuse me. We use real strawberries. We use real matcha from Japan. We don't scrimp it all with the nuts. There's a lot of nuts. Yeah. And so anyone who gets to try this ice cream, it's not artificial colors or flavors. You're really having a taste of heaven made from the real stuff. So
Oh, I think. Do you think I could try the strawberry flavor?
yeah, of course. Actually, we get that feedback. So people think, okay, dairy-free ice cream or vegan ice cream, what does that taste like? It must taste like grass, or it must taste not so creamy, or all that. And then when they get to taste it, they're like, wow, this actually tastes like my favorite global brand and better. So
Because it's creamy. Coconut
yes.
is creamy.
So
Right.
in terms of taste and texture, it's really creamy, dreamy, and delicious. But it's better because it's better for the planet, it's better for animals, it's better for your body, and it empowers farmers.
Okay, so while I'm gonna try this, Carmela, why don't you tell us about how the crop cycle is different for coconuts and how this is actually better because you harvest on a shorter cycle?
Okay, so for coconut sugar, which is our sweetener, usually for cane or conventional sweeteners, they are harvested twice a year. So the land is prepared, it's usually burned down. So if kaingin, that's what we know it as. But for coconut sugar, we harvest every 4 hours. So that's how easy it is to harvest it. And we don't need pesticides or anything else or fertilizers because coconut trees grow anywhere, even on sand and beaches. So for our sweetener, it's more sustainable, but also for the dairy milk that you mentioned, we use non-dairy milk, so it's 3 times less gas emissions for that.
Awesome. And I just tried the strawberries in cream flavor, and my goodness, it is so. It tastes like real strawberries. It is sweet without tasting just like sugar. It is the real deal. Thank you very much, Carmela.
you.
And for people to follow you, just look for Super Scoops and your mother brand, the
The
Superfood
Superfood
Grocer.
Grocer. Yes, you
on
can find us at
Instagram.
superfoodgrocer.com and Super Scoops Dairy Free.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Carmela.
you.
And speaking of other food alternatives, we have ulam. From dessert to ulam naman tayo. So, Jana is here to tell us about Butcher's vegan options.
So here we have our best sellers. This is the estofado. It has fried bananas. It's meat free and dairy free and egg free. So all of our food are vegan. So that one is made with a meat alternative that's called TVP or texturized vegetable protein. It tastes and the texture is just like meat. And then this one is our sisig. It's made of mushroom and tofu.
And the mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise is
also
egg
vegan.
free.
Yeah.
Yes, it's homemade and it's egg free.
This is
and,
spaghetti, right?
This is the spaghetti sauce. Like, look how meaty it is, but there's no, like, not a drop of meat in it.
That's awesome. So one of the interesting products that you have also within your brand is the zero cholesterol bacon.
Yes, that's also made from soy, from tofu.
That's awesome. So everyone who is thinking, oh, bawal ko nang kainin yan. Pwede.
Yes,
Pwede
because
with
a
them.
lot of people think that when you go on a vegan diet, like what you mentioned earlier, it could be from different reasons. It could be for your health, for the environment, for religious reasons, or even for ethical reasons. If you're an animal lover and you don't want to cause any harm to animals, you feel like it's gonna be so restrictive. That's why we are here. We want to show everyone that you don't actually restrict yourself from anything when you go vegan. There's actually plenty of food to eat. And you'll be surprised that everything can be veganized now. Like earlier, you just had ice cream and sushi, and now there's our Filipino favorite ulams are also veganized.
That is wonderful. So Jana is also representing another brand. So from food, let's go over to personal care and skincare. So Zero Basics is your brand that has a very unique take on skincare. First off, it's minimalist in its
Yes.
approach. It's not daming steps. It's
That's
really
right.
bringing it back to the basics. And you also are sustainable because your products are refillable. Tell us about the decision to make it refillable.
There's been a very loud call on like more care for the Mother Earth because everywhere you go, you see trash, and everywhere you go, people are starting to become more conscious of their impact in living. So now we have Zero Basics, which is personal care products. It's something that we use every day, like shampoo and soap and deodorant and toothpaste. And sadly, they come in disposable containers. So every month, we consume one bottle of deodorant, one or two tubes of toothpaste, and they all go directly to the landfills. And of course, from the landfills, they find their way to the ocean and into the stomachs of all the sea life in the oceans. So with Zero Basics, we offer refills and we give discount for those who come back for a refill. For example, this is your deodorant. It comes in a big container. This one will last you a few months. It comes out more economical versus commercial brands. And the principle is this should be your first and last bottle of deodorant, the container.
Because
so
you
you
can
come
just keep
back
getting-
and get a refill. So all the containers of all your personal care products, you don't accumulate them. You don't keep on adding trash to the landfills. And everything also comes in a non-plastic container.
That is awesome. Thank you very much, Jana. So for
Thank
people
you.
to support your brand, get your own first bottle, and it is also going to be your last. Follow Zero Basics on social media. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
And we've seen so many great merchants today. 8 booths here. 8 ways to support sustainable lifestyle. So our merchants are going to be here until 9 p.m. So drop by, follow them on social media if you can't come by so that you can still show your support. And of course, stay tuned because here at the Rappler HQ, we'll be back with another live. Our main event is going to take place at 5:30 p.m. Our roundtable discussion on how we can use tech for good. Stay tuned because we're going to be speaking with Gorby Dimalanta of Bukid Fresh, with Paul Galacan of Tracaro and with attorney Nika Hosaka of Grab Philippines. Again, stay tuned, and later we're also going to have a live jam with Caleb Santos. I'm Siege Tantenko, and we'll be back.